Welcome to Inside the Review Room. My name is Helena, and I'm going to be taking you through a week of updates kind of in and around the world of sports. And we do have a lot to cover, from NBA trades to NFL news and some off-the-field drama, okay? So stay with me. Let's get started. So first up, let's talk about the NBA trade deadline. So nonetheless, it was historic. Literally, a total of 63 players were traded, which is an all-time record in this trade deadline week. And there were some huge names on it, so let's just break it down. This one still pains me to talk about, but the Lakers brought in Luka Doncic in exchange for Anthony Davis, who now heads to the Mavericks. We saw Chris Middleton move to the Washington Wizards, Jimmy Butler to Golden State. Dennis Schroeder landed in Detroit. Andrew Wiggins is heading to Miami. Kyle Kuzma is joining the Bucks. De'Aaron Fox is now a San Antonio Spur. Zach LaVine is off to Sacramento. And poor PG Tucker, who had a crazy few days, being traded 3 times in 5 days. Today, we had Ben Simmons picked up by the Clippers after the wave went through, and it's safe to say that the NBA is looking. Speaking of the NBA, the All-Star Game is right around the corner on February 16th. This year, the game will have a new format, 3 teams of 8 players each, and the 4th team will be the winner of the Rising Stars game, featuring the top rookies and second-year players. The goal is to reach 40 points first in each game, and the first 2 winners will face off in the championship match. So the players are chosen by votes from fans, media, and current players, and fans can vote for up to 10 players per ballot per day. Okay, so let's talk numbers. So the prize pool includes the championship team being awarded $125K per player. The second team gets $50K per player, and then third and fourth get $25 per player. And there's a lot to look forward to, you know, with these big names across the board, though we do have some people saying that there were some players that were snubbed. That includes Tyrese Maxey, Sabonis, Devin Booker, Trae Young, and LaMelo Ball. Speaking of LaMelo Ball, his brother Jello is set to perform. Perform is crazy. He's going to be the halftime show. You may not know him from basketball, but you do know his song Tweaker, which he recently dropped a remix of the song featuring Lil Wayne. So people are expecting Lil Wayne to also attend.
I do watch a lot of sports television, and they were making a bunch of references to that I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. And so I was able to put 2 and 2 together afterwards. Like, okay, this what the hell they was on TV talking about for a good week. On all the shows I watched, everybody in there, whoa. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we talking? I'm missing the joke.
Yeah, they blew that shit up fast.
So the reason why I missed the joke, because I made it not a joke.
And now continuing with Jello, he found himself in some serious drama this morning.
Really can't even spell ball with no L's.
So we're gonna swerve and bend that corner to the madness. So his baby mama, Miss Nikki Baby, with whom he shares 2 literal baby children with, okay? One is about one and a half or something like that. The other one is barely 2 months. But she basically said that he moved out a week ago without saying anything. He cheated on her with another woman who he has gotten pregnant. And Nikki shared some posts today kind of explaining the drama. The side chick got involved, so now they're going back and forth. Honestly, I'm not even going to speak more on the situation. I don't want to give this the light of day, but it is very interesting. It got the whole internet tweaking. Get it? Because that's a song. Anyways, so we'll see what LeVar has to say about this, because you know it's going to be something. Now onto a lighter note, Devin Booker has become the Phoenix Suns' all-time leading scorer at just 28, sitting at a total of 15,697 points at the time of this recording. Let's talk about Luka Doncic's upcoming debut with the Lakers on Monday. I'm stuttering. It just doesn't seem real. He's looking a lot leaner than his supposed, 270 pounds. The Lakers profile posts him at 230. And I'm not going to get too deep into this, but I've been doing my research on this the past few days because the trade just still isn't sitting with me. And we can talk about stats and numbers for days to make it make sense, but all you have to know is this is a billionaire playground. We can go back and forth on Mark Cuban, who actually owns 27% of the Mavericks compared to the 73% that he gave up, and why he allowed it to happen. But if you just look into this, you'll kind of understand a little bit more. Dallas Mavericks are owned by a multi-billion-dollar family, the Adelsons, in particular Miriam Adelson. Forbes estimated that Adelson and her family have a net worth of $31.3 billion, making majority of their money by owning casinos. In particular, they own the Sands Las Vegas casino empire. Now, do your research and, find your own understanding, because I'm going to be talking about things that I've read online, allegedly, so everything is alleged, and maybe a conspiracy theory. Okay, but allegedly. But supposedly the Adelsons didn't want just a basketball team. They wanted a political weapon. And it's suspected that they wanted to move the team to Vegas, to which the NBA said no, they need to stay in Dallas. But Miriam and her family wanted lawmakers in Texas to legalize casino gambling and then build a casino resort arena hybrid in Dallas. So apparently by trading Luka, it's not just a basketball move. It's more like an intentional act of destruction. I mean, which would mean to alienate the fan base, drive sponsors away, because Luka was their cash cow. If we're going to sit on the topic of money, why would you trade someone like that away? Then the theory goes on that sometime in the next few months or years, as the legislative season approaches, they can say that the Mavericks are no longer financially viable in Dallas, which they can have the receipts to show it, and give the ultimatum of either allowing casino gambling or moving the team to Vegas. Sort of like a hostage play, right? But it doesn't seem like it was just basketball. I don't know. I think it was a calculated billionaire business type move, so allegedly. Because, like, trading your best player for someone of way lower value and future potential value is unheard of. And again, AD is a great player. I mean, there's no shade at all. But he's 32, okay? Already injury prone. And his value is only going down. Like, he's still getting numbers, right? But let's be real, he is no longer in his prime. It's an intentional deal, because why wouldn't they open up to the 28 other teams to get a better deal? I'm sure that teams would be sacrificing for better. I think the low ratings excuse is highly exaggerated, in my opinion. I think they're down, but it's also the beginning of the season, we have to remember. And most people don't tune in until the playoffs, you know? So, I don't know. There's just so many questions that continue to spin for me. So honestly, let's just leave it there. But still on the topic of the Dallas Mavericks, Nico Harrison, who is the Dallas Mavericks GM, he has been subjected to some crazy bullying and death threats, to which he's had to hire security following the insane Luka trade last week. Because fans are not letting up with this situation. I mean, they've been protesting at the team's facility, not attending Mavs games, to which many refunds have been happening, and just overall expressing their frustration with the team and the situation. But it's also not the first time that Nico Harrison has found himself in the middle of a superstar, like, decision drama. He was also trusted on bringing Stephen Curry to Nike in 2013, to which the deal did not work out, and he was immensely blamed for botching it all. In 2013, 25-year-old Stephen Curry was one of the most exciting players in the NBA, and he was signed to a small deal with Nike. He was approached by Nike to sign a new and improved contract, to which none other than Nico Harrison was given responsibility to this, as he was a Nike rep at the time. According to Sports Illustrated, Harrison messed up the pitch meeting, as he was allegedly calling him Stefan the entire time rather than Stephen, something he later denied, and it was claimed that he used a picture of Kevin Durant instead of Curry in this presentation. In the end, he offered Curry a $2.5 million contract. However, Under Armour offered Curry a $4 million contract that guaranteed his own signature shoe. So Curry ended up taking the Under Armour deal. Safe to say it's worked out for both sides. As well as his brand, a subsidiary of Under Armour, is currently at $75 million, and he signed a lifetime contract that could have him made more at Nike. But in 2022, Harrison finally addressed the rumors that he mispronounced his name, and it doesn't look any better, so here it is.
Listen, so there's an article out, and the article says I mispronounced his name.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know it was you. I thought it was somebody else.
No, it wasn't me.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't you.
No, it absolutely wasn't me, but they didn't know the other person. They knew me. So they said I mispronounced his name because it's sexy.
Right. Journalism.
But I'm like, first of all, I've known this guy forever, like since he was in high school. I used to rep his dad. How am I going to mispronounce? I might have called him Seth, but I wouldn't.
Of course.
I wasn't going to mispronounce his name. So, I mean, Nike made a mistake, but in all honesty, if he would have stayed with Nike, his business would be a monster right now.
Mm-hmm. I believe.
And we'll save the Super Bowl talk for next week, but I have to mention Josh Allen, as he just won MVP, surpassing Lamar Jackson in a race that has a lot of fans obviously divided. Some people don't agree with the decision, but it is his first one, so give him some grace because Lamar has two. And let's not forget Tyreek Hill, who made headlines recently after apologizing to Tua for some comments he made earlier in the season.
Tua, he's my guy. Always will be my guy, no matter what, man. Like, and I'm sure, like, he understands my frustration. Like, we all want to win. Tua, he's another competitor. He's a hell of a competitor. A lot of people don't know that. He's a winner. He's consistent. So I'm looking forward to, just us continuing to build our relationship, man, even more.
I love it.
And this is my public apology.
This is important. Is that what that is? Please.
This is my public apology to you, Tua. I love you, bro.
But take it. I mean, are you sort of wanting to say you're sorry to your team?
Oh God, yeah. But I mean, but they already know that though. Like they know I'm not that kind of player though. I like a lot of people may say, oh, Rica's a hot head. He's this, he's that. But all my teammates know, bro. Like I come to work every day. I bust my tail. I show up to meetings on time, and I do what I gotta do, bro.
And in case you missed it, here's what Tyreek said that he's now taking back.
This is my first time I haven't been in the playoffs, man. So, I mean, for me, like I said, man, I just got to do what's best for me and my family, dog. If that's here or that's wherever the case may be, man, I'm finna open that door for myself, dog. As I'm opening the door, like I'm out, bro. You know, so it was great playing here, but.
I mean, you thinking about leaving here?
If it is, hey, yes.
I've literally never seen an apology video like that. So now, moving on to soccer, Alphonso Davies has just signed a huge extension with Bayern Munich, keeping him on the squad until 2030. He even dropped an AI-generated rap to this announcement.
Here to stay, baby. We're here to stay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm still here 2030. Much of my throne, this city been worthy. Signed that deal, now the game looks sturdy. Red kid on my back, and the goals come early.
Speaking of big deals, Neymar confirmed that his contract with Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia has been terminated by mutual consent. He is injury prone and he earned over $220 million in just 42 minutes of play across 17 months, consisting where he only scored 1 goal. Crazy. Now, in the NHL, the trade deadline is coming up on March 7th, but some teams are already making big moves, like the Vancouver Canucks. They have been one of the busiest teams, sending JT Miller to the New York Rangers after his rift with Elias Pettersson, which was settled when Miller got traded. And Pettersson is still on his first of 8-year deal, with the Canucks valued at $11.6 million annually, and it doesn't look like the Canucks are looking to move him anytime soon, as they hope he regains his form that brought a tally of 102 points in the 2022-23 season and 89 last season. Now, in baseball related, a shocking story about Shohei Ohtani's ex-interpreter. He's been sentenced to prison after stealing nearly $17 million from Ohtani's account to cover his gambling debts. He would get along with Miriam over there. So he will have 3 years of supervised release and is ordered to pay restitution. And he also has to pay $1.1 million to the IRS. And he's also going to get deported to his home country of Japan after incarceration. Okay, now this is a super sweet moment. Okay, this is from Shannon Sharp, who has long credited his older brother Sterling for helping him launch his Pro Football Hall of Fame career. He informed his brother that he too will be inducted.
What y'all got going on here?
Welcome, bro.
To your house?
Pro Football Hall of Fame, class of 2025.
This is something oh, wow. Man, I need a seat and a drink. Let me grab a... Sam, this is crazy.
Who you telling?
Really don't know what...
All those nights and that 1,000 square foot home, all those prayers that Granny and Libby and so many people prayed that we didn't even know God was listening to. To have this moment, and I've had some great moments in my professional life, this is the proudest moment in my life.
That's how I felt when you went in. You know,
Oh my God.
I felt like that when you went in. And you know I'm not a crier. But when you said that you were in, and that weekend that we had in Canton, man, I was like, ain't nothing topping that.
This tops it, man.
I
Because the difference is you had to do this uncharted. There was nobody to tell you what to do, how to do it. You see, you had the hardest job because Papa was the hardest on you because he knew I was watching you. And because you didn't have a guide, you didn't have Google, you didn't have MapQuest. You had to do it on your own. And you had to do it and be perfect because I was watching. That's why. That's why.
I'm happy, man, because I finally get to follow you in something, man.
The fight between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez was called off literally as soon as it was announced. The initial speculation suggested that the two could rake in about $100 million each from the fight. However, Canelo decided to finish his tour of scheduled fights instead. So now he has a new fight lined up with Terrence Crawford in Las Vegas this September. And if the fight with Jake Paul were to revisit, it would probably not be till late 2026.
Canelo Alvarez reportedly had an agreement in place to fight Jake Paul on May 3rd in Las Vegas, with sources telling ESPN that a deal was being finalized and a formal announcement imminent. But in a stunning development overnight, Alvarez changed course and instead completed a 4-fight deal with Riyadh Season. Well, tonight, Paul took to social media and took aim at Canelo in what he says is the champion ducking a fight with him.
Oh, Canelo, you puta.
And this fucking YouTuber, I just fight real fighters.
Time to expose them. So we had a signed contract to fight. Here you can see Canelo's signature and my signature to the right. Claiming he's not fighting YouTubers. Bullshit. Look at the poster. We were announcing Tuesday, February 11th. Claiming he fights real fighters, but he's fighting Crawford, a 135-pound fighter, and running from a real fighter like David Benavidez, you bitch. The truth is you can be bought. You're a money-hungry squirrel chasing your next nut. The truth is these sports-washing shady characters are paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to stop our fight from happening because they couldn't fathom the fact that they can't create a bigger fight than me and you. Al Heyman has made you hundreds of millions of dollars, and you turned your back on him for this check. Disloyal. And you were begging to do this fight on pay-per-view. But I have loyalty. Loyalty to Netflix, doing the biggest numbers. And you call me a YouTuber, but you've never had a boxing match as big as mine. Remember you told my team that your daughter came home and asked if you were fighting Jake Paul? She was all excited. You said that was the first time your daughter's ever asked you about a fight. And you're screwing over all your Mexican fans by doing your fights in Saudi. It just shows what type of person you are. And I promise you one thing, Canelo. Any fight that you do this year, mine will be bigger.
Okay, I'm sure you remember the group LMFAO. Stay with me, this is sports related. Red Foo shocked us all by making his professional tennis debut at 49 years old. Red Foo, whose legal name is Stefan. I am literally Nico Harrison. Oh my god, I don't know if it's Stefan or Stefan. Seems to be adding another unexpected layer to his career, and in this one, you need shoes and a shirt or you won't get service.
No shoes, no shirt, and I still get service.
Switching the gears again to the Joe Burrow home burglary situation that happened back in December of last year. So 4 men were arrested for burglarizing his Ohio home. They even, the nerve, they posed for pictures with some of the $300,000 worth of Joe Burrow's stuff. Burrow was not home at the time, but his friend or girlfriend, partner, I don't know. Anyways, her name is Olivia Ponton. She's a TikToker, an influencer, but she arrived at the residence, noticed it looked unusually messy, and then she found a broken window. Burrow did have security at his home, but the men avoided them by entering through the woods. There were a lot of photos actually deleted during a January 10th traffic stop, which included the suspects when authorities were able to track a cell phone number and a license plate believed to be tied to the burglary to a hotel in Ohio. They surveyed the rented vehicle, showed fake IDs, but were later identified as people who were in the country illegally or had overstayed their permissions. They were arrested and then charged with interstate transport of stolen goods and falsification of records in a federal investigation. And I don't know if this is the worst or the best transition, but speaking of illegals, for the first time in history, a sitting president, Donald Trump, will be attending the Super Bowl.
Guys, let's go. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Thank you. I don't want to say, but there's a certain quarterback that seems to be a pretty good winner.
Yeah, I mean, it's always cool to be able to play in front of a sitting president, someone that is at the top position in our country. And so I didn't see that clip, but obviously it's cool to hear that he's seen me play football and respects the game that I play.
And this has led to speculation that the end zone signs will be changed from end racism to choose love, while the other end zones will have the message it takes us all. And people have been voicing their opinion online.
The NFL is removing the words end racism from the end zone ahead of Super Bowl Sunday. It's the first time that those words will not be stenciled in at least one of the end zones since February of 2021. Despite some big changes in Washington recently, the commissioner of America's most popular sports league says his organization is committed to continuing diversity initiatives.
And teams have used other phrases such as end racism, stop hate, choose love, or vote. on their home fields this past season, and the league started the field stencils in 2020 as part of the Inspire Change Social Justice Initiative. The NFL has stated that the end zones are unrelated to Trump, unrelated to Trump's attendance, but the decision has sparked much debate, so no further comments. And if you made it this far, I have one more story for you.
Just wait on it.
Not directly sports related, but Marcus Jordan, the 34-year-old son of Michael Jordan, was arrested this week in Florida on charges of DUI, cocaine possession, and resisting arrest. In the police body cam footage that I will play, he name drops his dad, and he asks officers to move his $300,000 Lamborghini off a railroad track after he was speeding away from a traffic stop.
Thought we were making a right, and I turned onto the train tracks apparently. I'm trying.
But yeah, we're not getting back in the car right now, okay? The reason why, so
do me a favor, keep your hands out of your pockets, man.
Yeah.
Keep your hands out of your pockets.
There's nothing in my pocket.
That's all. Don't pass you down, brother. Put your hands out there, you brother.
Oh, man, you know, bro, I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan's son. Okay. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to get home, and I made a wrong turn. Okay, and clearly, we would just like to get our car off of the train tracks, which we were not trying to be on. I mean, I'm just saying, if there's 6 of us, and we throw this thing in reverse.
Well, I've already got concerns for your level of impairment anyways, okay? So that's why. Because I can smell alcohol coming from you, and you're on train tracks. Okay? So
come on, man.
Just listen to me. That's why I don't want you back behind the wheel anyways, okay?
I'm fine behind the wheel. I just would like to get my car out of this.
We'll deal with that after this, okay? We'll deal with that after this. But that's why I had to get you out of the car, okay? Because I hear spinning tires, I hear slurred speech from you. You're driving on train tracks.
I'm not slurring anything, and I'm
okay. I'm letting you know. I have concerns. Okay?
Well, I appreciate that.
Driving a vehicle, I can't let you back behind the car and drive a vehicle.
I appreciate your concerns.
Yeah, I don't want.
But I am not inebriated. I'm not anything that cannot drive home.
Police say that he failed 3 sobriety tests before placing him under arrest, and Jordan was later released on a easy $4,000 bond, and he's set for a pre-trial conference on March 20th. And I'm sure you know, but in case you don't, he was previously linked to his dad's former teammate, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife Larsa, but that's another story for a different day. So thank you for watching up until this point. If you've made it this far, thought I would blend the sports and the drama. Let me know if I should dive deeper into any of them, but that's all for today's rundown. I have a lot more coming. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thanks for the view, and let me know what stories you want to hear about, and be sure to lock in next time for more updates from inside the review room.
Hey, yo, the mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes.